I was reading this script and playing with this thing every day, and I suddenly thought, what about making a movie out of junk? The entire thing, out of found objects. And it just suddenly got me really excited.
From an underground city, ruled by an evil emperor, 3 children set out on an incredible journey to the Sky Kingdom.
I hate this place.
But first, they must escape. They will be helped by 2 carefree adventurers.
None of us have ever worked on an animation before. I've worked in television production, but nobody here has done anything with film or animation. So we've had to invent our own production process from the start. One of the things I wanted when we started was to have a very fluid camera style with a lot of camera movement. And we didn't have motion control machines, so we made them using bits of bicycle parts and chains and whatever we could find. And I think we've been quite successful with them. We've just developed this whole ethos of just using what you can find, use what you've got. So that's been our challenge, and it's the ethos of the entire production.
I worked with Armani, and then I came down and I had to deal with junk and rubbish, and it was a whole different mindset. So that was quite challenging, in that it took me ages actually to get into it, which you found with everyone who's joined Sunrise, just to get into the frame of mind of using rubbish, using used objects, rather than going for the new thing and creating this. So we're basically taking nothing and making it into something amazing. What we generally do is, if there's a character that needs to be made, we have a brainstorming with the whole team. Right. And we actually put ideas together of how he needs to look. He's got to look evil, he's going to be so high, he's going to have this sort of character, he's going to be bulky on the arms, or he's going to... what they need to do. Yeah, what their role is, basically.
I was doing art, all in all, in Tungwisa area. Then, you know, I was happy to come here, because it was a new thing to me. I wanted to experiment, you know. This one is a monk. I think it's the leader of the monkeys. Yeah. They do a lot of jumping, swings, it's like lifting other characters. Yeah, so the arms has to be strong enough to do all that work. Yeah, this one is you know, it's a plug. A plug, an electrical plug. Then we cut it, then we put a joint behind it so that it can do the moving.
Oh my God. Looks like you've had a hard day.
Well, it was actually quite amazing, because I just finished school and I was looking for a job, and then they said, well, why don't you start next week? And I was like, okay.
Well, in my previous life, I I've been a carpenter for at least 21 years. Well, it was quite another challenge. It was my first time doing sets. I've never done such type of work. Of course, I was doing other things, you know, but it was quite something that it's a new experience to do more like artistic work. You know.
How far to the Black Cliffs?
Oh, not far. Not far at all. Depends on the wind, you see.
How do you know which way to go?
Ah, well, we navigate by the stars, you see.
Well, I will be doing the art, which is from the sourcing of the things that we should use after a brainstorming to make characters, to dress the set, and as well as sorting the junk, which helps us to know which is the area where to get it and some other parts.
So far, the underwater scene was the hardest to do. It's really rewarding to look at now, but we had all the bits of seaweed. We had, I think it was 12 fish, which were supported by 24 individual threads. And we had the bubbles, which were marbles supported by threads as well, and Sly holding Lucky. I think we did about 15 frames a day on that, which is just over half a second. It took 6 days to do that one shot, and it was tough.
I press G all day long. Actually, being a grabber is the most important job, I think, on this project here, because I'm like the first viewer of this movie. So what I approve on the screen and what I think is all right and what I grab has to be okay with everyone who's going to be watching and millions of the people that are going to watch the end product. So it's actually very tough, and I have to concentrate almost every time because I have to actually watch if everything is moving accordingly. And if something was moving and it's not supposed to move, I have to actually tell Brent, the animator, that something moved that wasn't supposed to be moved. Well, I think the movie is amazing, and to actually know that we only use and recycled items, rubbish, junk, like we call it, to do this, it's amazing.
How do you put music to a film that's made from junk? It's been quite a challenge, but we've had so much fun doing it.
Nasi tawakuyenda masai oh nasi tawakuyenda hey hey. What does this mean, by the way?
A lot of the sounds came out of what the characters actually are. They're trash. You know, my brief, trash, garbage, you name it, as long as it doesn't rot, you know, use it. I used blenders, and I used tin cans, I used bricks, I used blocks, I used chains, I used, oh my gosh, whatever it is I'm using, and anything goes. But the idea was whatever I used would base around the characters, their own sound.